The Florida eviction notice. What is an eviction notice? Eviction notice, or notice to quit, is a letter sent by the landlord to the tenant notifying them that they should either take or stop a certain action or vacate the rented premises. Eviction notice can be of two types: conditional, when a tenant is given time to remedy the breach of the lease, or unconditional, when a landlord terminates the lease without any alternative options for a tenant. What should an eviction notice include? Information about the tenant and the landlord. The reason for sending the notice. The date by which the tenant should take or stop a certain action. The consequences of non-compliance. The date and way of notice delivery, and the landlord's signature in the form of certificate of service attached to the notice. How to evict a tenant in Florida. The non-payment notice. According to the Florida legislature, the tenant failing to pay rent after it is due should get a 3-day notice from the landlord to either pay or quit. It allows the tenant to pay rent due within the given 3 business days before the landlord can lawfully terminate the contract. The non-compliance notice. The Florida law sets the curable and incurable violations of a lease that either give the tenant the possibility to remedy the violation or not. If a violation is curable, the landlord should give the tenant 7 days to correct the issue. Incurable offenses such as illegal activity, sufficient damage to the property, or committing the same curable violation within a 12-month period allow the landlord to send the tenant an unconditional 7-day notice to quit. What if the tenant fails to comply? If the tenant fails to pay rent due and associated fees or correct the violation, the landlord can file an eviction lawsuit with a Florida court. The filing fee will depend on the county, but on average it is $185. Then, the summons and complaint should be served on the tenant by the court. The tenant will have 5 business days to provide the court with their answer. Regardless of whether the eviction is contested by the tenant or not, the judge's ruling in favor of the landlord will lead to the issue of a writ of possession that allows the landlord to lawfully remove the tenant from the premises. The tenant will have 24 hours to move out before the local sheriff will force them to do it.